we need to do some grand marketing. And we're like, what? Grand marketing. What? Grand marketing. I know I don't have a French accent. But finally I'm like, guerrilla marketing. She said, yes, that's what I've been saying. So then we all understood. So she thought we should do some guerrilla marketing. And we were like, what did you have in mind? So she started to say, we need to change the name of our club. Our club was OC Toasters. And although that was fine for 8 years, it was just OC Toasters. What does that mean? Because once it meant a piece of toast, you know? So we put in different names, something that had some power behind it, and we brainstormed as a board. And as a board, we came up with Shark Masters. Then Florence and John pursued their guerrilla marketing, and we came up with our flyer and our shark and our mascot. And then comes out, we need to do some extreme activities. We were getting together for little activities to do some bonding and camaraderie and build friendships and unity in the club. And then Florence wanted to take it a step further. And let's do some extreme activities. Before I get into some of the extreme activities, I'm going to share a little bit about me. Picture me as a young child, a tomboy.
There you go.
Yeah.
Go back.
Need to find that tomboy. Wait, where is that tomboy? There we are. A tomboy climbing trees. I loved to climb trees as a kid. My mom would say, you're such a tomboy. I'd be up at the top. But I will, mind you, when I got to the top of the tree and looked down, I would have that fear. As a teenager, I loved to go to carnivals. I loved to go to amusement parks. I would get on the scariest rides. And once I was on them, I'd start feeling the fear like, what if it breaks? What if I fall out? What if the strap breaks? What if I fall through that hole? But I would still go on the ride and enjoy it and be afraid for the first few minutes, and then that would pass. Picture this, me as a middle-aged adult. I'm still middle-aged, but this was 13 years ago. You know, you can stay middle-aged for a while, right? Wouldn't you agree? Mm-hmm. Okay. As long as y'all agree. I went to the mountains with a group of Mary Kay colleagues to have a weekend of team building. And we did some team building activities on the ground while others did the ropes course. And then we switched. And so then it was our turn, our group's turn, to do the ropes course. Oh, I forgot to tell you. As a kid, we also used to go up in the rafters as a home. So I'd climb up there and we'd hang out up there just for some, I guess I'd like to be up high, I don't know. So the ropes course, it was our group's time to do the ropes course. So I was so excited. And they had warned us when we went up there. This was in Big Bear, and the ground is covered, it was in October, late October. The ground was covered with pine needles. And so when we first started just on the ground course, the instructor said, be careful, because a lot of these pine needles are over holes, and a lot of people sprain their ankles or twist their ankles. The whole time I was down there, I was so careful, because I've been known to trip. So I was so careful, so then it was our turn, and I was so excited. So I went to run over, it was only from like here to that door. I went to run over to get in line and be first, and as I was running, guess what? In the hole I went, down I went, and the loudest crack. People that were still up there looked down like, they heard it. So there I am in a lot of pain, laying on the ground. One of the guides came over and said, are you okay? I said, I don't know. And he said, we might have to take you to the ER. And I'm like, no, I want to climb the ropes course. And he said, can you move your foot? And so when I went to move my foot, like worse than having a baby, pain. And I went, no. To the ER I went. And I was in a cast for about 3 months. I couldn't put weight on it for like, I don't even know, 8 weeks. It was terrible. Probably the worst pain I've ever had in my life. That lasted quite a while. Since then, I've been a little leery to do an extreme activity, although my past had told me that I love to do it. And then comes Shark Masters. Our first extreme activity was going ziplining. How many in the room went? I know Judy and Florence and John and I. And Judy was a little bit afraid like Susie was. And we hadn't gone ziplining before. But we both agreed to go, right? One supporting the other. We went ziplining. I think Judy might have been the first to go. She was, let me get it over with. And so she jumps and she goes. And then I went and I took my turn. I don't know what order I went in, but I loved it. It was so much fun and there was no fear. My initial fear was, what if the rope broke? My biggest fear was, what if I faint and I turn upside down? What would happen? And so I asked the guides and everything, and they said, well, the worst that would happen is you'd probably just wobble back and we'd catch you, but nothing else bad would happen. You might like be a little sore or something. So knowing that I wouldn't kill myself, I was okay. So we went ziplining. We had a great time. I missed the second one. That was like doing, what was it? Indoor skydiving. I wasn't available for that one. And then the third one, we went kayaking down in La Jolla. That was so fun. I sat in the front of the kayak. I got splashed with the ocean waves, and it was so fun. And then last but not least, just recently, we went.
I don't have those up there.
That's right. I'm sorry. I just sent them to you. We went horseback riding. And although the horseback riding didn't seem like it was going to be that extreme, when we were on the cliffs, I didn't realize we were going to ride right at the end of the cliff. So we were riding up, way up above the Hollywood sign in the Hollywood Hills, right on the edge of the cliff. And I kept pulling my horse over a little bit. Come on, because I thought, again, what if that dirt falls? There I go. I encourage you all to join us for our next extreme activity. It's a great time of bonding, team building, and building relationships and friendships. Thank you.